these coconut palm trees. I'm in my zone when you call me. Wrist in my neck, it was icy. I'm liking everything I see.
Now you holding my hand, kiss on the cheek. Things you won't get in this state. Damn, you in shape. I like how your jeans be hugging and fitting you.
Nowadays will literally be like, I can't find any good men. There are no good men left. And then they'll be like, I just need 6 feet, about like 6 inches, and like 6 figures.
Even if this video was just meant for fun, it's still another case of men acting like women have impossible standards so that they feel better about themselves when they don't meet them.
No, it is that women do have impossible and ridiculous standards that they don't even deserve. And what they're actually looking for, and they're actually having the standards on, are things that men are just not going to give them, because women just do not simply understand that you do not qualify, and they're not that type of chick. You're not that girl. So you can have your standards all you want, but you'll just be looking ridiculous and being single with tea, coffee, plants, dogs, and wine boxes for the rest of your life.
And it bothers me because these guys are acting like women are looking down on men who they would consider less than perfect. But have you ever heard a woman talk about a bum who she's in love with? Because she'll make every excuse in the world for why that man is incredible and just misunderstood.
Actually, yeah, they're still getting knocked up by Pookie and Ray Ray and complaining, and the cycle has continued. Even when I was younger, there was women getting knocked up by dudes that you would consider now in today's standards as a bum. But to sit up here and give all this false hope to men and say, women aren't saying this about those guys that are like, under them or whatever. No, they're calling them losers. They're not giving them box. And that's why 33% of dudes are incels, involuntary celibate to this day. So stop giving out all this cap. Stop capping, man.
So let's say, for example, that a man has no job. She's not going to let you sit there and call him unemployed. No, she's going to tell you how it's probably because no one ever encouraged him and that he's going to be able to do anything he sets his mind to once she just believes in him.
Cap. Wrong. She's just going to call him broke, and in the back of her head, she knows damn well, I'm never going to be with this guy, and I'm never going to give him box whatsoever.
You're acting like women will only date men who make 6 figures, but I know women who are working 2 jobs with full insurance and a 401k who are dating men with 60 cents in their bank account because she thinks he has potential.
First of all, men don't care about none of those things, and a woman who has all those credentials still wants a man that makes over 6 figures, 6 feet tall, 6-inch dong. It's all the same thing. So to sit up here and butter it up and try to make it sound like it's innocent or anything, we know the truth. And to sit there and say, oh, there's tons of women that are dealing with guys that have 60 cents in their bank account. That's bullcrap. That's actually false. And you're just saying that, of course, because you're trying to safeguard the narrative. But we all know the narrative is bullcrap. They're not even giving those guys a second glance. Feminism has taught women they are strong, independent. They don't need no man. They can work 2 jobs. They can become just like men. So why in the hell would they deal with a man that's not on their level or higher? Women date up. They never date down.
I don't know how you can act like women will only settle for rich men anyways when most families are living paycheck to paycheck and can't survive on one income. Because I think that means they married for love.
Well, what she fails to mention is that she's talking about a small, minuscule percentage of people that are in marriages successfully, that have been in them, that are working together. But what she's not mentioning is that most women are not married, and over 50% of you, including yourself, by the year 2030, will be child, single, and manless. Probably for the rest of your lives, because if you don't get it at a certain age, you're probably never going to get it. 35 is a stretch. But she's talking about something that doesn't even really exist in her own space. Ridiculous.
And don't even get me started on what's between the legs, because there are women in 30-year marriages who have never successfully had a no, and you're gonna act like women are out here throwing the whole man away because of his size? Because I don't think so. In fact, there are women out here faking O's so that the men in their lives don't feel inadequate, and yet you're gonna act like we're out here bringing measuring tapes to our coffee dates?
Well, you're not mentioning because for those 30 years, women put men in compartmentalized roles, and they dangle compliance for the sex, or they put the man straight off into a sexless marriage. So the guy is typically not happy with his sexual partner, but he's bound to her because of what's going on. Because we all know the phrase, it's cheaper to keep her, with women that, have the tendencies to want to go ahead, no fault divorce a man, take half his crap. So he is kind of on the line when he goes ahead and hangs himself by being in a marriage with a woman that long term. And when it comes to the O, or a woman reaching her O, I'm going to be completely frank. A woman's orgasm is absolutely useless, and it brings forth no life whatsoever. Now, a man's seed is useful because it brings forth life. And the woman is the soil, the man is the seed. So that's all new age nonsense, liberal feminist ideology. I got to get my O. And a lot of women, the reason why they can't reach a O, let's just be completely honest, they've been ran through. They had too many men. They've been drained of their oxytocin, and they can no longer pair bond. That's why they can't O. Come on now.
And sure, when it comes to height, maybe some women do have a preference for men who can reach the top shelf or the cookie jar, but that's all subject to change.
Well, if they're 35 to 40 years old, or they're going up in age and they've lost so much value, slammed straight into the wall and hit the danger zone, then yeah, women will do that. Then it'll be subject to change. But women that are hot, it's not going to happen. And even if they do become 35, 40 years old, there's always going to be women out there. There's always going to be programs out there, programming, might I say, that says, don't worry, queen, you got this. You're strong and independent. You don't need no man, and you deserve everything on that 657-page list of a manifesto that you got there for all of the requirements and everything that you want and your standards, boo. Everything that you can get, and you deserve it. There's always going to be that out there, but she won't talk about that.
If he's a good man with good qualities, then she may just fall in love and try to convert the whole world, talking about how we love a short king.
Boy, if you don't. And they actually tried that. The women that are at the end of the rope, the wits end, they can't find anything whatsoever. They're dried out of the dating market and they're paying for their own drinks at the bar. They always tried to push this. Get you a short king. When you see short kings, talk to them. And it still didn't work. Because y'all DNA, y'all makeup, what y'all attracted to and your attraction triggers do not align with that. Most women have to settle to get that. So they tried it and it still didn't work. What else you got? Because you capping.
Listen, the truth is that even you don't believe this nonsense, because if you really believed that women had impossible standards, then you wouldn't be telling them to pick better men at every opportunity. So when I see videos like this, I realize that they're usually not mad about what women want. They're just mad that women don't want them.
Okay, so if that's the case and you have it all figured out, how come the women like you that says, oh, well, we just don't want you? How come you don't have any man that you want? How come no man has you as the girl that they want? How come all of you women are sitting around in the house playing with dogs, watching Lifetime, listening to the Backstreet Boys back in your glory days when you were young and hot, watching 90 Day Fiance, playing with your cat while playing with your cat, acting like a BT 1000? How come you guys give out this advice? You guys have all the answers, but you have no man that you want. Supposedly not the man that I want, and the men that we want, we don't want them. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It's a bunch of cope going on. That's what actually is happening here. So these women are getting called out. Men are starting to, wake up from the nonsense. Men are starting to know I could deprogram myself. They know how to pull the plugs out of the back, the batteries. They know how to pop them out. But women, y'all just love pushing the back. Help me push the battery in my back. And then women just help each other push batteries in their back, feed them these delusional mindsets. They just give them to each other. They just say, hey, take this mindset. Hey, yeah, all men ain't nothing. Sprinkle. 90 Day Fiance. Passport bros are bums and losers and dusties. And they just run with it. So you have women right here that are actually hurt by the post, the original post. That's why she even said anything about what this guy commented on, because she felt attacked, because she felt single, because she felt dried out, and nobody has gone downtown in that Sahara Desert that she has down south down there in a long time, and she just got the cobwebs. So this is why men are going overseas. This is why men are just like, especially the type of men that she likes, are just dogging her out. They just dog her out, leave after midnight. You know what I'm saying? They say, hey, come to my hotel. And she goes. No wonder this lady is single. Like, dudes are not going to respect you and give you this. That's why you have not been able to muster up any respect to get a guy to put you in a relationship. And that's why you're upset at men, because you're drained out of your oxytocin. You had too many wee-wees in you. And now your brain is completely cooked and fried. So, guys, get your passports. Use them this year. I know a lot of you guys are going to be doing that. Y'all talk about it in the comment section. Avoid modern women if you can, at all costs. And if you even are going to deal with any of these nutty women like the one you just saw on your screen, just make sure you pump, dump, and get out of there and don't be a chump. But anyway, as for you, ma'am, follow me this way, because for some reason, I know you've been acquainted with him, but we got to get you back acquainted. We got to get you back into this, because this is going to be the relationship that you are going to be in, that you're going to continue to no longer strive in, because it's the end of the rope. So let me introduce you to your real husband, your true husband, a guy that will never leave you and will always remind you for the rest of your days where and exactly your value and your standards will get you. I'd like to introduce you to the big, beautiful wall.
The undisputed, the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world.